Oil tanker. Cargo quantity calculations and ullage report. Basic course. This video is about basic of oil cargo quantity calculations. It consists of two parts, basic facts and detailed explanations. Part 1, Basic Facts. Final goal of cargo quantity calculations is to find cargo volume at standard temperature and cargo weight in tons. Volume and density of crude oil and oil products depend on temperature. Higher temperature, bigger volume and smaller density, and vice versa. Cargo weight does not change with temperature and remaining same. Two different systems are used for calculations: metric system, volume in cubic meters, density in tons per cubic meters and temperatures in degrees of Celsius, and imperial system, volume in barrels, API gravity and temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. Internationally recognized standard temperature for cargo quantity calculations is 15 degrees Celsius or 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Simplified calculations sequence. Find observed volume of cargo in each tank using ship's tank ullage tables. Find volume of cargo at standard temperature. Convert volume at standard temperature into weight in tons. Find total standard volume and weight for whole ship. Part 2, Detailed explanations. Detailed cargo calculation sequence. Measure ullage, temperatures and free water in each cargo tank. Get ready on board quantity report prepared by cargo surveyor before loading. Obtain cargo density from loading terminal. Use ship's tank ullage table to calculate total observed volume for each tank. Calculate free water volume for each tank. Deduct free water volume from total observed volume for each tank. This number is gross observed volume. Obtain volume correction factor (VCF) from a ASTM table for each tank. Multiply gross observed volume by volume correction factor and get gross standard volume. This is volume of cargo at standard temperature. Add free water volume to gross standard volume. This is gross standard observed volume. Deduct cargo on board quantity from gross standard observed volume and get standard loaded volume. Find WCF, weight correction factor. It depends on cargo density at standard temperature and equal for all tanks. Multiply standard loaded volume by weight correction factor and get weight of cargo. Congratulations! You found standard volume and weight of cargo in each tank. Last, find total weight and standard cargo volume for whole ship. Are you still confused? Let's try again. But this time we use ullage report sheet. First, Let's find total observed volume for each tank from vessel's tank tables. Calculate free water volume for each tank and enter in Ullage report. Deduct free water volume from total observed volume and get gross observed volume. Enter density and average temperature for each tank. Find volume correction factor. Do not interpolate. Always round temperature and density to nearest increment in tables.
Multiply volume correction factor by gross observed volume. This is gross standard volume. Now, use Table 13 to find weight correction factor.
And finally, you calculated weight of cargo in metric tons. Now, repeat all steps for each cargo tank and find totals. Congratulations! You calculated total weight of cargo in metric tons and its volume at standard temperature. However, job is not completed yet. Transfer totals to small tables below main calculations table. Table to the left is for calculations of loaded oil. Table to the right is for calculations of total received volume. Difference between these two tables is free water. Add total free water to gross standard volume and get total calculated volume. Deduct OBQ from gross standard volume and get loaded oil volume at standard temperature. Deduct OBQ from total calculated volume and get total received volume at standard temperature. Weight of cargo was calculated in metric tons. Let's calculate weight of cargo in long tons. Goal is reached. You know how to calculate standard volume and weight of oil cargo in metric and long tons. However, that was basic course only. Still lot of thing to learn out there. Watch my next video, Oil Cargo Calculations, Advanced Course. We will learn what ASTM tables use and when. How to gauge cargo tanks correctly. Importance of ship's trim for cargo calculations. Is cargo surveyor works for ship, or not? And many other hints and tricks.